This is what happens when you start to tap into the power of your mind and the power of words. My name is Sharon. I am a functional medicine nutritionist and certified hypnotist. I started out as a pharmacist and I had 20 years of experience working in an acute care setting of large hospital system. So, how did this whole thing happen? How do I come from a pharmacist now to a nutritionist and a hypnotist? Honestly, that was something I never planned that it would happen. But looking back, I realized how I made it happen. So, rewind back to maybe 10 years ago, I was working as a pharmacist in a hospital, like I mentioned. And I had this tiny voice in my heart, in my mind, that was growing louder and louder every day. At that point, I knew that there was more to pharmacy. I desired for more. I wanted more. And that burning desire, that voice is just getting louder and louder to the point where I couldn't ignore it anymore. So I decided that one day I will leave pharmacy. I did not know how, I did not know when. I just knew that I was to the point where I was miserable. I knew I had something had to change. So along the way, two catalysts happened. So one is my dog, and I love my dog like she's my child. So my dog got sick. She had chronic hepatitis that was ruled out from everything. The veterinarian couldn't find anything that was causing her hepatitis. We had to put my dog on long-term steroid or prednisone. And at that moment, I knew I had to do something. So I changed my dog's diet completely. We started cooking for my dog. Yes, I know that sounded so crazy. My dog eats real whole food. So we started to do that. We are able to taper down her prednisone dose to just 3 times a week versus every day. And that was 5 years ago. My dog is still alive and happy. And the veterinarian told us that just continue to do whatever you are doing. So that was a catalyst. I knew food has powerful effect on human as well as animals. So shortly after that, I got pregnant. I was having really bad heartburn. And as a pharmacist, I knew that there are a lot of medications I wanted to avoid during pregnancy. So I started to search what can I eat when I was pregnant and with this heartburn, very uncomfortable heartburn symptom. So that went down a big rabbit hole, and that's how I discovered functional medicine. So I decided that I needed to go back to school for functional medicine training. So that's what happened. That get me to the pathway of what will I do after I quit pharmacy. But all these years in the back of my head, I knew that there's more to pharmacy than what I was doing. So, okay, back to my original topic. How do I use the power of minds and power of words? So at that moment, the voice that grew louder and louder, I decided, did you notice the word I used? I decided that I will leave pharmacy one day. The key is I decide. I didn't try. I decide that it was going to happen. Decide versus trying. Trying to me sounds like half-assed job. You just try it, see what happened. No, no, no. I wasn't trying. I decided that it was going to happen. So after that decision was made in my mind, somehow, and I know why, and I know how, the universe started to put things in place for me. I started to research, what do I do financially? How much money do I need to quote unquote retire from pharmacy, and I already have a plan in place as to what I will be doing after pharmacy. But this process didn't happen overnight. It happens in a span of 8 years. But let me tell you a secret. Within that 8 years, every day I went to work, I imagined how I would feel, what it would look like if it was my last day at work as a pharmacist. That's what I mean by using the power of my mind. So in 2021, I finally pulled the trigger. I left the profession of pharmacy. Or I should say, I don't practice pharmacy in the traditional way. Still use the skills I learned and my experience in healthcare every single day to help my clients. So my question for you is, what can you decide today to continue your health and wellness journey? Decide that you are going to feel better, get better every single day. Until next time,